Hi, welcome to my channel, Just a Dabble of Glitter. Today I'm going to be showing you my daily makeup routine. It is my first video and I'm super excited to show you guys what my daily makeup routine looks like, so let's get started. Alright, so first thing I do in my routine is I use this Makeover Essentials Mineral Face Primer, and I just put 2 or 3 squirts on my fingers and rub them together and then put it all over my face. I get it behind my ears and down my chin, and this just helps make the makeup look less cakey, and it also protects your pores so that you don't have as much risk, I guess, of getting acne. The other really nice thing about that face primer is it actually makes your skin really soft. I don't even know how to describe it, but it is a really soft feeling and I love it. The next thing I do is I use this NYX First Base Primer, and this helps hold the makeup on. So basically I put it down, it's a spray on my face, and then later on there's a second part to the duo, and this is the matte finish, and it holds the entire makeup onto your face so it doesn't like rub off if you hug someone during the day. So I just take this and I spray it all over my face, anywhere that I know there's going to be makeup. I put it there, and it holds the makeup on just a little bit more than the mineral face primer. So I put that on, and then I use my foundation. Today I'm using this Wet n Wild Photo Focus as my foundation, and I use this brush right here. I don't know what kind of brush it is. It's a Maybelline brush, but I don't know what it is. I just put a few dabbles of my foundation onto here, and I basically put the foundation in the trouble areas of my face, and then I blend it out to the rest of my face. Alright, so I have my foundation dabbled onto my brush. And I just put a little bit on the sides of my cheek, down my nose, across my forehead, and on my chin, and blend it into my face. The nice thing about doing this is, even though I'm supposed to get an even coat of coverage, I know I don't always blend it out, so at least by putting it on the problem areas of my face, I'm not risking missing those spots, which are kind of what I want to cover up. Alright, so after I put on my first foundation coat, I then put on my first layer of mascara. Usually I tend to put on 2 layers of mascara, sometimes 3. I just like the bold eyelash look, but I don't like using fake eyelashes, so I put on multiple coats of mascara. So the first coat, I always use this Big Drama by Avon. It's got a really nice coarse brush that separates out the eyelashes so that it has a more natural look to it versus like them being all clumped together. So yeah, I just put that on after my foundation. While I was putting on my mascara, I was reminded, I want to know how you guys put your mascara on your non-dominant side. I tend to pull my hand over across my face like that, but I know there are some people who go across their nose, and some people actually switch their non-dominant hand to put it on. And I want to know who does what, so go ahead and let me know down in the comments below how you guys put on your mascara for your non-dominant side. So after I put my mascara on, I use highlighter. This is just an e.l.f. highlighter. It's called Apricot Glow, and I use this angled foundation brush to put it on. It's got a very thin tip, and so I can use it to go straight down my nose. Where I put my highlight, is on my chin, down my nose, and then of course across the top of my cheekbones, and then a little bit on my forehead. Oh, and I use it on the cupid's bow of my lip, and it just makes my lips look a little bit bigger and a little bit plumper, and so I use the angled brush and I put it over the top of the peaks, the cupid's bow part. Alright, so after I get the highlight done, I go ahead and move on to putting on my contour. And for the contour, I just use this little brush right here. I'm actually going to get an official shadowing brush eventually, but for now I just have this one. It works nicely. It's about the size of my temple where I put some of my contour. So I put my contour on my temple and down underneath my highlight, down the sides of my nose, underneath my lip a little bit, and then at my jawline and blended down into the chin. And the point of putting it underneath my lip is kind of like what I did for the highlight on top of the lip, is it just makes them look a little bit fuller and a little bit more plump, and I definitely am a fan of bigger lips. Alright, so after I get the contour done, I actually put on a second layer of mascara. And for my second layer, I use this Maybelline Sensational mascara, and I would show you here, but it's all faded out. I have a new one somewhere, but oh, there it is. It's super metallic, so maybe if I block the light. Yeah, it's just a Sensational by Maybelline, and I put on my second layer of mascara. Alright, so after the mascara, I tend to set in all of the foundation and highlight and contour that I've done with a CoverGirl True Blend powder foundation, and this is really just to set in the makeup before I put on my blush and put on the setting spray. The brush I use for this is a multi-purpose powder brush. It's super fluffy, and I actually use this brush for the blush when I get to that point as well. Alright, one of the important things to note when I put on my powder foundation is I always go in the direction of what's already on my face. It helps blend it, and it makes sure that it doesn't smear up or down, and overall just makes it look better. I noticed that when I was putting this on, my foundation went a few shades too light, and I think that's because I was outside yesterday and tanned. As you can see, I got really tan, and I was outside for like an hour. Anyways, after I put on my powder foundation, I put on a Master Highlight blush by Maybelline as well, and when I do that, I don't like putting a lot on the brush. I put a little dab on the inside of the cheek, and then I pull it in. This helps so that you don't have too much red just on the cheek, and it goes along the highlight line, which works nicely. And I don't just put blush on my cheeks, I put it on my forehead, down my nose, and on my chin, right where all my other highlight is, and it just adds a little bit of color to your face so that it doesn't look like you're just wearing plastered on makeup. It helps add a little bit of color and make it look a little bit more natural. So after I put up my blush, I work on my eyeshadow, and my eyeshadow is a gold lid, a white inner crease area, or I don't know what to call that, and then a smoky eye on the outside. I like it a lot. It's my favorite look, and that's how it got its way into my daily routine. So the first thing I do is I use this Maybelline New York Gold School palette, or it's not a palette really, it's just this one eyeshadow color, and I use the little sponge inside to pack in some gold onto my eyelid. Alright, so after I get the gold on, I move on to my Urban Jungle Maybelline palette, and I use the color right here with a, this one doesn't have the gold flecks, but it is a goldish charcoal color, and I use that with my crease brush right here, and I put that right in my crease. I start in the middle of my eye, and then I move my way outward, but also blending a little bit inward in towards the center of the eye. Alright, so after I do my crease, I use a medium shading brush, or no, just a shading brush, and I use the gold flecked part of the palette to blend in basically from the middle of my eyelid out into where the smoky eye is going to be. And it's a nice transition from the gold over to the darker smoky eye because it has gold flecks but also elements of the like darker shade on the outside of the eye. Alright, so we're on to the last like few steps. Next thing I do is I use this defining little angle brush, and this is a like super tiny brush. I mean, look how small that is. And basically I use it because it's angled and it's very thin. And I use it to put the black glittery part of my palette right here. I use the angled part to work up from where my eye starts curving up to make this smoky eye, and then I blend it in up into the actual eyelid. Alright, so after I've gotten the black smoky eye edge blended in, and I do make it look a little bit like eyeliner just because I'm not very good at eyeliner and I'm not a big fan of it anyways. So I draw it out into a small tip on the outside, and then the last thing I do for my eyeshadow is I use this white up here with a big fluffy, this is called a medium shadow brush. It's a big fluffy brush, and I just use it and I put a little bit of white on the inside corner of my eye to highlight it. And then that is how I do my daily eyeshadow. After I get the white done, what I do is use the setting spray, this NYX setting spray. It's a matte finish, and I put it on. There we go. After it dries, I will go ahead and do my lip color. I usually like darker lip colors. And for that, I'm going to be using this liquid catsuit. You really can't see it because of it's just dark font on a dark bottle. It's a liquid catsuit line from the Wet n Wild Mega Last. It's not a lip stain, it's like a liquid lipstick. I like this because it does stick on the lips for quite a long time, and I just use that and put it right up on my lips. Alright, so this is the lip color, and that is my completed makeup look. Now I can take my hair down, because, you know, I don't like getting makeup in it. But yeah, so that is my completed look. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time.